Hello and welcome back to day 37 of 60 days of learning. And if you haven't been following, welcome. We're running on 60 days of learning the Godot game engine. So this is a personal journey for me to dig down into some of the concepts, into some of the things that make the Godot game engine just good, but also digging into game concepts in general. So I have a little bit of history with just a few game jams, working on some side things with a friend, really just having fun dabbling around in game engines, and specifically back then it was Unity. And through this 60-day journey, my goal is to play around with Godot and have some fun. So here we are. We are on day 37. So for day 37, next I want to show you what I have built. So everything that we have done so far, again, is just growing on different games. And for a little while, I've been hyper focusing on tower defense. What is tower defense? Tower defense is setting up units to prevent enemy units from destroying your base or from triggering some sort of game ending event. For this one in particular, it is enemy units following a path getting down to the enemy base. There has been a number of refactorings in place, and today I focused on two things. One, I focused on adding settings for input values on all my sounds. So if you followed yesterday, what I accomplished then was actually adding additional sounds into the game. So for that, added a little music, added some sound effects, and here we are today. I want to control that volume and allow you to not have to listen to me dropping some mean beats in your ear. So, without further ado, next, I'm going to show you what was done. Let's hop in.
Hello.
So don't dance too hard. It's so good. As you see on here, I did remove the option. Let me turn down the volume so you can hear me. 1 second. All right, here we go. If you look at the menu, you're going to see the 4 levels that we've built up. One of them that we have been continuously building on as our primary focus for getting that level right. The next 2 I did on my own, and the 4th one we built together in one session. Let's get that down a little more. Oh, it's so good. It's such a good beat. Here we go. That was it. But but what exactly did I do? Let's go actually take a look at the code a little bit. So on here we have 3 horizontal sliders. Each slider has its own volume, and I went for a linear approach of 0 to 1. That 0 to 1 is 0% to 100% of standard volume, which is, I believe it's set at 0. It's something I don't understand. I don't exactly understand that so much. 0 decibels or something, which sounds like mute to me. But each one of these in the settings, I'm going to go ahead and close the settings, and I'm going to close this Stavia a little bit. In Godot, you can have different channels. So yesterday, if you remembered, when I added the sound effects, we added the controller that adds to 10 different audio streams. I had to think about that for a second. Each of those audio streams by default land on the master. Um, the master. Well, let's grab the word real quick. So if I go into the audio config, let's do the audio controller. The audio controller, the bus. Thank you. I had to remember it. The word is even right here. All right. So as we're building up this, you can add different layers of where your sound is coming from so you can control them all at once. So when I went into today, this one took me quite a bit longer. I am recording it the following day. because there were a few assumptions that I had in my head that I needed to get past. One of them is that each of the volume controllers, each of those stream controllers, needed their own volume. So I actually started going through and adding it to each one, and then I wisened up and I asked our friend ChatGPT, what is the other option? Now, if you didn't know, I like using ChatGPT instead of Google. I could use Gemini, but it's going to use Gemini on my result anyways. Or I could just start going through forums. I'll find a better way one of these days. Uh, right now, AI feels like the better way without doing it for me. So what I have here is on the audio controller, I am able to set everything into SFX, into sound effects. So that's going to be not the music. The music is on its own. That's why I have this bus down here. Music is on its own, so we can control music, we can control sound effects. I should throw one in there for voices as well, for when we do the start of the wave and the planning phase and just other random dumb things I want to throw in there because we're having fun. But I haven't done that, and that's okay. Right now, it's a sound effect. It's not a voice. All of it's my voice anyways, so we're having fun. Now, I did go a little above and beyond this morning, and I continued busting out. And I'm going to continue on that, and I'm going to share that as part of the day 38 learning journey. I have a bit more that I want to do on this for cleaning it up and having not only my config, but I started dabbling into what it would look like to actually save those configs. So actually saving them off into a user configuration. So you saw that I have settings, and I'm going to start putting it into the game. So now I can change. Should be able to change the volume in the game. I should be able to go back to the menu and see that the volume has changed, and everything will work across the board. And then I can close the game and reopen it, and I don't have to listen to myself singing again. That's the power of saving that configuration. But that's going to be extremely important when I start locking the levels behind win conditions. So level 2 doesn't open until 1 has been completed, and 3 until 2, and 4 until 3, right? So we're going down the line on that. So that's going to be what's next. For what I have now, I am very happy. I loved learning that I'm able to actually control the volumes and put them all in a single place, not have to do that programmatically. I can change a dial and all of the audio streams change at once. That is really freaking cool. So being able to control things on the bus. So I hope you learned something today. If you'd like to dig in a little bit more into the code that I'm building up, you can most certainly ask me about that. I'll provide you access to the repository. One of these days, I'm just going to put it up. Right now, it's a big sandbox for me, so I don't want to have to feel self-conscious about having bad code out there, bad practices. So as part of the refactoring that I'm going to be doing, that I will be doing, is instead of having on ready for each of my resources that I pull into my scripts, I'm actually going to require everything to just, let me show you an example of where I started. I'm going to require everything to start putting them in as part of the inspector. So actually having the reference built up that way instead of programmatically. It allows for better extendability, and it allows for if I want to move around my templates, or if I want to move around my files on the left-hand side in my file explorer, it's not going to affect it. I've already seen some things break, and it hasn't been difficult to resolve, but it's been really, really annoying. So this should help me. Anyways, I hope you learned something. Provide me with any feedback that you have, whether if it's on YouTube or if it's over on LinkedIn. But otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Thank you.